I thought we weren't supposed to go near that place. Hello, huge movie fanatic Nate, stopping on by. This time I'm coming at you to do a video, much like some videos I did last year celebrating the 40th anniversary at the time of the first Friday the 13th film, the one that came out in 1980. I had these last year, of course. I got these probably in 2011 or 2012 from eBay, but my plan last year when I did the ones for the first film was to wait until this year to do these, to showcase these for the 40th anniversary of Friday the 13th Part 2. Today I'm coming at you with some basically movie stills, black and white movie stills from the motion picture Friday the 13th Part 2 from 1981, and these are really cool because I think all of them come with the little descriptive bit on the back, so not only do we get to see cool images, but we also get to read cool descriptions of what's going on the back. Here's the first one. I don't know if this is necessarily a complete set. I think they put out a lot of these black and white stills for movies, so I'm not saying that what I have is a complete set, but I'm just showcasing what I have of these. These are 8x10 black and white stills put out by Paramount Pictures, 1981, 40 years ago. And I think all the ones I have for Friday 13th Part 2 have this cool. I'll show this in a better digital photo form. I'll show this better so you can see it, but they've got these things on the back that are meant to, like, I think go like this and like fold over if you wanted to. Maybe if you wanted to put them in the lobby like this possibly, and like have the description over the photo, which I don't know, doesn't exactly look that great or whatever, but these are also perforated or whatever that word is on the bottom here, so you can rip it off if you just want to get rid of it. But I'll show you guys probably these photos in a better digital form as well in the thing I'm reading. But here's a shot obviously of Sandra and Jeff, checking out the site of Camp Crystal Lake, the forbidden site. And right now it looks like they could be looking at anything. As a matter of fact, the description would indicate they're looking at a much more grisly of a corpse than they actually are. But of course they're just looking at the dead dog that has a striking resemblance to Terry's dog Muffin. But reading the little description thing here, it says, Bill Randolph and Marta Kober come across a bloodied carcass in the all-new terror-laced movie, Paramount Pictures, Friday the 13th, Part 2. So they're just saying they come across a bloodied carcass, which of course makes people who are reading this think it's a dead body of a human. Of course, unless you see the movie, it's a dead body of a dead carcass of a dog or whatever. But this picture is really cool, and Marta Koblar in her teen glory there, you know what I'm saying. So this is the first photo in my series of 8x10 black and white photos I have for Friday the 13th Part 2. I've got two of them that do this upright thing like this, that are like this. Obviously this is Amy Steele as Ginny defending herself at the end of the movie's climactic final scene. Let's see what they say about it on the descriptive little card thingy. Amy Steele defends herself against an avenging demonic horror in Paramount Pictures Friday the 13th Part 2. It's not an avenging demonic horror. What the hell? Who the hell wrote this crap? This one's really cool, and unlike the color lobby card that I have for this particular picture, this is actually the setting as it appears in reality. The color lobby card I have has this image mirrored, like if you were to look at this image in a mirror. Unfortunately, that's what the color lobby card of this photo is. It's not the same photo. You can tell, in particular, the character of Terry in this photo looks different, is doing something different than in the color lobby card. But I really like this photo because it's actually presented in the correct way versus the mirrored way of the color lobby card. Also, this scene is just so great in the movie. Around a campfire, camp counselors, left to right, center, Tom McBride, Lauren Mary Taylor, I don't know, is that how you say her first name? John Fury, and Amy Steele, listen to the legend about a bloodthirsty, once again, demonic horror living in the area from Paramount Pictures, Friday the 13th, Part 2. They make it seem like a supernatural horror movie when obviously it's really not. Here we go. This is really cool. When they're black and white, they look so cool, and these pictures are so cool and crisp. Obviously, Walt Gorney in his final portrayal of Crazy Ralph from Friday the 13th, Part 2. You know, when I did my watching of this recently, or, you know, more or less my kind of commentary, fan commentary or whatever, you know, it occurred to me that, I mean, in retrospect, with all the movies, did Crazy Ralph die too soon? Maybe they thought that, you know, they'd just do one sequel to the movie and that's it, but maybe in retrospect it would have been cool to have Crazy Ralph hang on a little longer, maybe die in Part 3, but alas, Crazy Ralph would end up dying in Friday the 13th, Part 2. The nosy Walt Gorney, portraying Crazy Ralph, falls prey to an avenging demonic horror in Paramount Pictures, Friday the 13th, Part 2. Revenge of the Demon. Incidentally, you can check out Ralph Gorney for all but a few seconds, maybe 1 or 2 seconds, in the King Kong from 1976, newly released on Blu-ray from Scream Factory. Walt Gorney appears in probably a second, maybe a second and a half in that movie as the, you know, the subway or train operator when Kong is in the New York City smashing up the subway or the train, you know, the above ground raised subway, whatever the hell they call it. I'm not a big city enthusiast, but at any rate, the subway train that's like raised, that's traveling across the city, and King Kong smashing the tracks, and Walt Gorney goes, makes a, you know, terrified face as he sees King Kong destroying the tracks ahead. Man, if this isn't a dramatic photo, I don't know what is. We've got Paul carrying a Ginny who's pretty much all in at this point. Still, an exciting dramatic still from Friday the 13th, Part 2. So, I haven't looked at this yet. I'm willing to bet the word demonic is somewhere on this card. Returning to their own cabin, John Fury and Amy Steele are emotionally spent by the horror they've endured in Paramount Pictures, Friday the 13th, Part 2. No demonic. How's about this for a classic Friday the 13th, Part 2, black and white 8x10 movie still? Let's see what they have to say about this image on the little official Paramount card thingy. Having survived a murderous bloodbath, Adrienne King is terrified that she has been targeted for death in Paramount Pictures, Friday the 13th, Part 2. This is probably my least favorite of all these because it looks like they probably intentionally in the lab or something darken out Jason's face as to not spoil it, which makes sense. You know, you want to save this grueling, ghastly, scary image for the people who pay for tickets after all, but we've got a shot of Jason smashing through the window, attacking Amy Steele here, and as you can see, just like with that lobby card of Corey Feldman playing the video game wearing that mask from the final chapter, it looks like probably they darkened this spot, as I said, to, you know, not spoil the reveal of Jason from the end of the movie. In the lobby card for final chapter, you can see some crew member that they darkened that's not supposed to be in the picture or something like that. It's funny. His outstretched hands streaming blood, the demonic Warrington Gillette savagely attacks Amy Steele in Paramount Pictures' all-new horror, Friday the 13th, Part 2. And for our last black and white 8x10 still from Friday the 13th, Part 2, not exactly what I'd call amazing or exciting or anything like that, but nonetheless one that I own. Amy Steele under the bed, before or after she takes a piss, I can't tell by the photo. Amy Steele hides from a crazed killer who has embarked on a savage bloodbath in the all-new terror-laced film, Paramount Pictures, Friday the 13th, Part 2. Pretty scary. Hope you guys enjoyed my showcasing of, you know, all of the black and white 8x10 stills that I own from Friday the 13th, Part 2. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, we'll catch you on the next video.